Chad, good morning, baby. It is Monday, and I've got Big Ed here.
In the building.
The man's pick game is impeccable, and that's why we got him on. Chad, good morning, baby. It is Monday, and basically last week of the year. So I hope you guys are ready to finish on a high note. We're going to see what is available, what is there to take. If there's not anything, we're obviously going to go into a lot of educational content for you guys.
Oh yeah.
And not fluff. I'm not going to bore you with the YouTube stuff, the stuff everyone else is doing. I'm actually going to give you what is the real deal, and that is what we will be going through. But Chad, how are you guys doing? How's the weekend? Obviously, no stream on Friday. My wife absolutely banned me from streaming on Friday. And if you are married, you obviously know the saying, happy wife, happy life. So I chose life on Friday. So without further ado, we're going to kick it off. Chad, let me know if the audio is good. Let me know if the music is decent. Let me know if it's too loud, is it too soft. Obviously, we don't have Mo here. That man's already sipping margaritas on the beach.
Living the good life.
We obviously leveling up, so if Mo doesn't level up next year, he obviously knows the reason for that. He wasn't grinding. But Slasher Cakes, good morning. Matthew Willems, Neil, what's up, my brother? Sondre, Amina, what is that? Chidinma, Chin Chin, how's it going? Red Act, good morning, my brother. Vince, Darkwater, Neo, good morning. Good morning, Steve. Shawnee Travels, Jex, Yo, Ntoti, CEO. Keegs got buffer and a tan. Correct. We left Keegs in the sun. We forgot him there. And this man got very big.
I like that buffer part.
The buffer, yeah, we'll take the buffer.
Very accurate.
Milani, good morning, Chad. Chad, just the format. We're still going to do all of our analysis. We're still going to see if there's anything to potentially take. And we're going to set our alerts, and then we're going to jump straight into the bootcamp, trading secrets, whatever you want to call it.
Oh, yeah.
So that is the format of today's stream. But without further ado, I think let's start with the economic calendar. Let's see what we've got for the last week. If you're trading next week, you honestly need to find God. I'm going to direct you to some very good churches. Let me know where you are. You need to get saved. We need to get you reborn. We need to baptize you in the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. So if you're trading next week, please let me know so we can get you saved. Take some time off, please. Get ready for next year, guys. Get ready, get rested. Next year is gonna be a big one, and yeah. So just let me know if you're planning on trading next week. Is the audio good? Just let me know, Chad. Audio good in terms. Okay, I see there's Shawnee Travels.
Audio good. There we go.
Just let me know if the music's too loud or too soft. And let me know what you guys think of the new stream layout. We've popped the camera feeds top left and not at the bottom.
Oh shit! I just noticed that.
Yeah. So much better.
Yeah,
Chad, it is Monday, basically the week before Christmas. And today we don't have too much going on. We've got some business climate indexes coming out of the Eurozone, specifically Germany. We've got Schnabel, ECB Schnabel speech at 15:30. We won't be online then. And then also we've got Tuesday, big one in the morning, BOJ interest rate decision. Yen has been on an absolute tear as of late, so going to be interesting. Obviously, they're going to keep rates the same. Only thing is that what are they going to do in terms of forward guidance? So that press conference is going to be massive. Expect some massive volatility. We've got some CPI figures on Tuesday coming out. CPI out of Bank of Canada. So Canada on Wednesday, also only in the afternoon. Wednesday, we've got, why is it only showing till Wednesday? Give me a sec, Chad. Just want to get this to this week. All right, Wednesday, what do we have on Wednesday? Wednesday, quite a bit, big one. Obviously, CPI for the pound, PPI, big deck of data on Wednesday. So Wednesday is going to be good for the pound. Not bullish or bearish, I just mean in terms of trading the pair. We're going to get a lot of volume. Thursday, GDP, okay, big one. On Thursday, big US, not big, but a big deck of data coming out of the US on Thursday, and then Friday again. So quite a bit of GBP news this week, and then also we've got CPCE on Friday. So let's see, that is Friday. What's Friday's date? Oh geez, what a big deck. 22nd, yeah. Alright, chat, so relatively straightforward day today. I think it's going to be flat unless we get some unexpected volatility. And just some notes for when we start the bootcamp after we've done our analysis. The first thing we're going to talk about is how to establish your weekly bias. I think a lot of people don't know how to establish their weekly bias, but we're going to be talking about that. And I'm going to kick it off with DXY. Let's quickly look at DXY stream list. Why does this thing look so chalked? Anyway, Chad,
because it is chalked.
Chad, looking at DXY weekly bias for me is bearish. Obviously, Fed burying the dollar last week. We're going to talk about the fundamental side of it as well. But clearly, we can see on a weekly perspective, all the way from about 3, 4, 5 weeks ago, these were the first signs that we are going to start coming down when we failed to create new highs, when we started breaking supports, when we started breaking structure. And again, last week, nothing different. Support failing to hold. I mentioned last week on, I think it was Monday stream, I said potentially if we can't get above that, there is that outside chance of going down. I was bullish last week. We were correct initially, and then obviously the Fed basically just killing the dollar off. This week, bearish, broke structure, looking left with me. Let me just blacken this out for us. Looking left with me, we've got this previous resistance area. We've got this previous support area. Some will call that an order block. Whatever it is, we are trading in this range. So for the most part, this will be the range that you will be trading in this week. Bullish above 102.52, bearish if we stay below 102.52, and then obviously once we start breaking below 101.83, we're going to go for that wick fill. So I want to see this weekly wick being filled, and then potentially even deeper, apologies chat, even down to 100, 101. So that is the bias on DXY. 4 hourly, let's just quickly set our weekly pivot levels, then we know it's done. So haven't yet tested the weekly pivot. Weekly S1 down here, weekly R1 up there. So 5-minute time frame, let's quickly look at what we've got in terms of ranges. So already sneaking below the Asia lows here. Asia high still intact. Alright, so Asia low is going to be key. I'm actually going to set some alerts right now for Asia lows 102.062. That is the level that we want to be monitoring. Asia lows, not the greatest setup, but we'll see what she does there. Chad, then over to what happened during Asia. Let's quickly look at what the Asian markets did. Hang Seng closing down almost 1.2%. Nikkei, let me just check what the Nikkei did. Yeah, Nikkei is open. Nikkei also down 0.64%. So relatively a bit of bearish order flow coming through from the Asian session. All right, Chad, weekly bias on US30. Obviously now we at all-time highs. There's nothing to look left on. These were last week's levels that I mentioned to you. We've basically killed all of those levels. Only thing we really have to work with is this daily level 36,805 for potential pullbacks. But again, go look at German 30. This thing can just run. So be very careful. If you're trying to short this, be careful. But weekly time frame, again, bullish. Why would we be bearish if the Fed, the dot plot, stated that there's 3 to 4 potential rate cuts next year? So weekly time frame bullish. Let's quickly look at the daily. Did I look at the daily on DXY? I didn't. Chad, I completely forgot to look at the daily. DXY daily closing bullish on Friday. However, did not take out the previous low. So this key level right here, we can get potential pullbacks all the way up there, even deeper up to this level right here, and then start moving down again. But order flow is clearly bearish. So on the day, I'm going to stay with neutral because we can either just continue to break structure lower, or we could get a pullback a little bit deeper. US30 daily clearly still bullish. However, one thing I do need to note is you can see that the last 3 days, check this, Chad. Check the size of that. Check the size of this candle. Check the size of that candle. You can clearly see that they are getting smaller. So maybe we just get one daily pullback and then continue bearish, but just keep that in mind on the daily time frame. But however, we are bullish. 4 hour time frame, let's quickly look at where our weekly pivots are sitting and just bring the Asia ranges up so long. Just delete that. Weekly pivot up here. Weekly, we actually had to use the weekly R2 last week. Weekly R1 up here. Weekly S1 down here. 5 minute time frame. Let's quickly check what we've got. Alright, Asia trading at Asia highs. Asia low still intact, trading firmly above the daily pivot. What is the 80 doing? 80 is relatively flat. We can see that we are pulling back here, and still trading above the 200 though. And let's see what she does. But I am bullish. Nasdaq, let's quickly look at Nasdaq on the weekly time frame. Alright, Nasdaq, we at least have something to look left on. Yeah, you can see left. This is this previous resistance area. I'm still bullish on the week daily time frame. Let's see what we've got on the daily. Nice little structure break here on the daily. So daily also bullish. We've got that wick to fill. 5 minute time frame. What do we have on the 5? Let's quickly go here. Asia high, Asia low, Asia low, Asia high. Give me a sec. There's the Asia high, Asia low. Perfect, Chad. That's what we've got there. Everything looking bullish on this bad boy. So ideally what you would want to see is something like this a little bit later, coming down to that daily pivot and then getting back inside of the Asia range. Chad, with that, before I go into the majors, I'm going to give Edgar, I don't know if I've introduced Edgar yet, but Edgar is one of the local traders here. He's a friend. He is a smart money concepts trader. So he's going to bring a little bit of that side of it. Recently, got funded, got his first payout. We're also gonna, during the course of the week, we're gonna chat a little bit to Edgar about his journey as well. So Edgar, I really want to thank you for joining, my brother. Thank you for taking out your time.
Pleasure, man. Pleasure.
And Chad, without further ado, I'm gonna throw over to Edgar. Edgar, you are live, my brother. Give the community your outlook on it. We can talk a little bit about his strategy a little bit later, but he's going to do his analysis now for you guys. So get ready for that. Edgar, you are live, my brother.
All right. So, like Chris said, I'm a smart money concepts trader. So, how me and Chris analyze the market's a little bit different from each other, but a lot of commonality. I should probably put like a watermark thing on here, right? So people know what I'm doing.
Yeah, I think you could.
Where on earth do you find that setting?
Chad, where's the watermark setting? I'm quickly going to check
Somewhere
settings.
pop in.
Status.
Should be somewhere in here. Canvas or something? Yeah, there it is. Watermark. Shot. Okay, you guys
Beautiful.
can see that?
There's the watermark.
Euro USD. Okay, so we're on the daily timeline right now. So following order flow and market structure, you can see how we had this nice little break back in June, which was continuing bullish order flow from September. After that, broke to the downside. So this was a nice little change of character, signaling a bearish shift in the market. After this break of structure over here, we had a nice little pullback, and we've been dancing along here ever since. So based on that, I'm expecting this pullback to somewhat be over because we are now in premium areas of price. If you draw that down from the top of that move to the bottom of the move, we've now crossed the 50% mark into premium areas of price. So now I'm expecting that price is eventually going to want to target these daily lows over here. So that is what I'm expecting. And if we can catch it early, we might be able to swing this all the way down if you're a swing trader, or catch some nice RRs if you're more of a daily trader. So that's what we can see in the 4H timeline. I have multiple areas of interest on here. So if we go down to where I spend the majority of my time, which is on the 15-minute. So right now, I'm wanting price to retrace to areas of interest over here, anticipating a shift in direction, going for those shorts for those weak lows. Right now, because of the time of the year, normally I would risk enter on these areas of interest. Right now, I'm gonna, if only we get a nice little change of character on the 1 minute timeline, some nice confirms, then maybe I might jump in. But because of the time of year we're in right now, I'm gonna be really conservative with my cash. Don't want to spoil a good year ending it off on a bad note, you know? So if we get a nice little change of character, a nice little shift in momentum with a good amount of volume, I might enter on there or here. But if we don't get that, I'm probably going to stay out. So that is my trade plan on Euro USD. GBPUSD, very, very similar in structure. Same thing. We had the high that shifted structure down here, shifted it into a bearish trend. We had a nice little pullback. And again, also we're expecting a nice little shift down to target those lows. So if we go on to the 50-minute timeline, very similar trade plan. I'm looking at these areas of supply up here, looking for a nice change of character down to target those weak lows. But again, we're going to be waiting for those confirms to really kick in our favor. The downside of waiting for those confirms is oftentimes if there's a lot of volatility in the market, you can actually miss the move. But I would much rather be a little bit more cautious, wait for a good little confirm before I jump in, rather than lose 1% of my account on the last few days of the trading year. So yeah, that's my plan for today. Just waiting for price to come into these areas of interest, shift down.
So anything else, Edgar? Only those pairs, eh?
Yeah, those are only two pairs I'm looking at right now. Everything else I'm sort of choked for the year.
All right, Chad. So Edgar's going to let us know when those price areas hit for those potential trades. We've got 13 minutes left before the open. So quickly going to shoot over to UJ. Weekly time frame. Let's quickly see where we are Weekly still bearish. Last week we were bearish for that wick fill. We did exactly that. We filled that wick. Only thing now, Chad, is that we've had 5 consecutive weeks of bearish order flow. Also, last week closing bearish, but closing above this previous resistance area. Remember, I mentioned as soon as we start breaking below that 144.47, we're going to see price come down. Now it's the opposite end of it, where we can potentially push all the way up to come and retest that previous area that was previously a support area, now potentially a resistance area. Still bearish on the week. However, we can get some type of pullback, because also look left with me on the weekly time frame. This was a previous little area, mid-structure level, where 2 weeks ago we found support. Last week, just a little bit of a nib there. Weekly candle pulling back above that level, so interesting level. We actually have two ranges that we could be trading in this week. This being the first one, if we get a nice deep pullback to then come down again. Otherwise, if we're just going to see price continuing down, most likely this will be our main weekly range. So just seeing how extended price is, could be the pullback week, could be very, very straightforward with downside momentum. Daily time frame is neutral. Yeah, neutral due to the fact that, here's the thing, last week we spoke about it as well. New low being created, expect that pullback, new low again. How deep do we pull back? Do we pull back to that 200 daily EMA? Do we pull back to this daily support level right there? That's almost 180 pip pullback. You can still be bearish and pulling back 180 pips, but that's where we're going to need to see what is the secondary market structure we are in. Already marked the weekly pivot levels, 5 minute time frame. What do we have on the 5? Nice little Asia range. Asia low still intact, Asia high still intact. Daily pivot trading above the daily pivot. However, look at this, AD is sideways, so it is basically consolidating before the next directional move. I'm going to say let's go with Asia highs. Let's see what Asia highs bring for us for potential shorts. Otherwise, I'm not looking at buying this unless the 80 starts flipping bullish. So Asia highs, we'll monitor that and see where we are a little bit later. 9 minutes left. Let's quickly wrap up the analysis. GJ, relatively easy analysis last week. Again, mentioned that wick fill. This week, very, very easy for me. This is easily bearish due to the fact that we've closed below all of these previous support areas. You can see right here, support zone, big support zone right here. 2 weeks ago, we closed bearish above that. I mentioned I do like the wick fill. We still have a very nice wick to fill again this week, so keep that in mind. Most probably this will be your range for the week, this range right here. For bearish continuations, you would want to see price trading below the 180 level. For bullish continuations, you would want to see price trading above this 181.50 for deeper pullbacks to the upside. So you've got this area, we could consolidate here for the entire week, or we could get that breakout. I'm thinking we're going to break out either lower or to the upside, depending on what that data is going to do. Daily time frame, what's the daily doing? Daily is daily is bearish, Chad. Daily is clearly bearish, even though that daily candle barely closed below, it closed below. So unless we start breaking this previous Friday's daily high, this can still pull back all the way up here, up to that level, and then continue lower. So keep that in mind. 5 minute time frame, let's quickly look at the 5. All right, 5 minutes still bearish. I'm eyeing this weekly pivot level, also round numbers, so I'm going to set some alerts there. We could potentially grab a short from there, 181 every time. Weekly pivot. Let's do this weekly pivot level, and let's see what she does. Only way I can really get bullish is if we come down lower. We test Asia highs, we test that daily pivot, we hold there, and also holding that level, the 80 starts getting bullish. Otherwise, I'm still looking for potential shorts on this. Did we look at UJ daily? We did. Oh yeah, we did. Okay. Gold, Chad. Let's quickly look at gold. Let's just clear this up. It was a busy week for gold last week. So weekly time frame. Also go back to last week's analysis where I mentioned that at any stage this current weekly candle can flip bullish because the weekly time frame is still bullish. Still making high highs, still pulling back. So are we going to go now for those all-time highs? I don't know, very likely, maybe not so likely, but I'm bullish on the week due to the fact that we've held this previous resistance area, now holding as support. Also due to the fundamental side of things, I am bullish on the week. Not expecting, due to the fundamental outlook from the Fed, for gold to weaken anytime soon unless it's a pullback. So daily time frame, all right, daily a little bit different. So we've had a 3-wave pullback on the daily time frame. Here's your 3-wave pullback. From here you can clearly see that we took out this lower high, that lower high structure there. Even though we nipped it, this is still showing me that we want to potentially go bullish, and we could still pull back today, even tomorrow, and then somewhere here 2005, 1992, find a low, and that's going to be the expansion move to the upside, or we can just expand up from here. 4-hour time frame. Let's quickly set our weekly pivot levels, and that's not it. There's it. Weekly pivot, weekly S1. And let's just do our weekly R1. I must actually lock those. Alright, weekly R1 up there. Weekly pivot, maybe we jump down to the weekly pivot to go and test it. Currently 80 is relatively tilted to the downside, still trading above the 200, already at Asia highs, moving averages trading below the moving averages. So I'm going to say I would honestly love for this to rather do something like this for later, for the NYSE session. Grab buys from there. So also buy side scenario, I would say wait for confirms above the daily pivot, but these Asia lows that are still intact, I don't like buying Asia highs, especially when we've been grinding against them. You can see here multiple times trying to trade above the Asia highs, getting swatted back down. So multiple times. Could get a breakout, but I'm not going to buy Asia highs unless there's really something fundamental that comes out. But I'm expecting some type of pullback lower to these levels. So let's see what that brings. 4 minutes. Let's quickly finish it up. GU weekly time frame. What do we have on the weekly? As mentioned last week as well, at any stage can we start flipping bullish again? I am bullish on the week. Let's do this. Bullish on the week. Again, not just price action, but also fundamentally. So you can see from the weekly perspective, still bullish. Clearly, this is still bullish. If you can't see that, then we're going to need to chat about market structure as well a little bit later. We've got that weekly wick fill. We have a bullish candle. We took out the previous weekly low. Daily time frame. What do we have on the daily? We've got this bearish candle closing back inside of the range, so that is not too bullish. We could pull back a little bit deeper to this daily key level right here. Otherwise, we need to get above 12772. And on the daily, I'm also neutral because we can still come lower, or we can close bullish like this on the day. So Neutral, not the cleanest daily candles for me. 4 hour time frame. Did I mark out the weekly pivot? I did not. Let's do that. 2 minutes left. Actually 1 minute 20. Almost done, Chad. Weekly S1. Just hold on. We almost there. What is this? This is not it. There's it. Weekly R1. Okay, 5 minute time frame. Let's quickly bring in our Asia ranges. Asia high up there. 54 seconds before the bell is gonna ring. Alright, Chad. Here's Asia highs. Here's Asia lows. Daily pivot up there. Moving averages up here. What is the 80 doing? 80 is still looking relatively bearish, but trading above the 200, so very interesting for me. 1 to 700, so let's monitor 1 to 700 round number. That is the level that we need to monitor this morning. If we're going to start rejecting there, we could maybe get one more bearish daily candle, and then maybe from tomorrow we start rallying. But ideally not want to be buying here unless we really break above and it's a clean move to the upside. 4, 3, 2, 1. Ding, 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 ding. Round 1. Fight. Alright, Chad, we still have Euro USD and then we can start chilling, seeing what is happening in the markets. Euro USD, I am bullish for that wick fill. I want to see price at least go and fill that wick. So I am bullish on the week. Bullish on the week. We've created a support now. We held this previous weekly resistance area, now potentially support, or is support now. Daily time frame, what do we have? We've got this little double top formation. We've got yeah, that is a potential double top formation there. That Friday, okay, Friday's daily candle did not take out the previous daily high. I am neutral on the day, Chad. Again, because we can have another pullback on the daily. Or today's candle is just going to simply do this and break out of this range. So let me just delete that. That was Friday's. Was it Friday? No, I'm talking shit. That was, I think, last week somewhere. Daily time frame, we have this 109.30 area again in question, and then we've got 108.80. 4 hour time frame. Let's quickly see where our weekly pivot is sitting. Weekly pivot right there. Weekly R1 up there. Weekly S1. Alright, 5 minutes. Let's check the 5 minute. Let's quickly get our Asia high, Asia low. Alrighty. Okay, relatively easy. Euro looking. Asia lows, yeah, my dude. Okay. Chat, so this is relatively easy. If we can hold Asia highs and we can start breaking above here, I'll look for buys. I will look for buys. Otherwise, this thing can come all the way back down to the weekly pivot, and that could get ugly. EJ, flip me. How many pairs are there? Obviously bearish. EJ is bearish. Daily time frame. Euro JPY. Let's quickly look at this. Daily is also bearish. Why is it bearish? We closed bearish below this previous daily support level. Only way I can get bullish is if today's daily candle closes something like this, breaking that structure, closing back inside of the range. 4 hour, where is our weekly pivot? Weekly pivot right there. Weekly S1 down here. Weekly R1 up there. Okay. There we've got that. 5 minute time frame. Asia range. What is this white line there? Asia low down here. Want to bring it into focus now. All right, Chad. Very, very interesting price action here on EJ. All right, some alerts going off. EJ, what is the 80 doing? 80 relatively flat, trading above the 200. We've got the weekly pivot right here, half round number. Jeez, all right. Let's wait for the shuffle. Key level right here to monitor Chad. But Chadadonia, we are live. It is Monday. I think it's going to be a goodie. I hope you guys are locked and loaded. And if I haven't greeted you, I'm greeting you now. Good morning to the first-time viewers, to the returning viewers. Thank you so much for joining us. We're going to end off the year strong. Nicholas, good morning. Amin, good morning. Marco, Lifestyle Addicts. Normalizo, Earl, Franco, Earl, Etienne. Who else did I miss? Etienne, I did greet Etienne. Joseph, the man, good morning. Redact, I've already. Ada, good morning, my brother. Curly Trades, good morning, Adrian. We're going to get Adrian on this week as well through the Zoom. I just need to see which day, because Adrian can talk, guys. That man, that man's got a wealth of trading knowledge. So I must just see when my voice gets tired to bring on Adrian. Otherwise, he'll take over the show. That's why I need to protect ourselves.
Did you see the little squabble they're having in the chat there?
Ooh.
Let's go back here. Apparently, Lifestyle has an issue with the fact that we're constantly analyzing, never trading.
Oh, Lifestyle, really?
Yeah. The Chad got to him quick, though. You got
oh, shit. Lifestyle. Lifestyle, hey, my brother. I think you are here because you don't know how to analyze. So that's why we analyze for you, my brother. Otherwise, if you were not here, then obviously you knew how to analyze. So, but anyway, we love you, brother. No time here for negativity. But again, we gonna Lifestyle. It is good to have you here, my brother. I think take it easy, take a deep breath, and you'll be all right, my brother.
You know, it gets me though. Like I don't know what these people expect. Like, are you expecting like a machine gun trading stream where we're taking like 5-6 trades a day, every day, and that's just how we roll? Like what kind of trading are you expecting to happen here?
I don't know what trading lifestyle. Lifestyle addicts. All right. IMM. Good morning, brother. Mo. Good morning, my brother. Salam, Jane. So hope you're good. Welcome to the new host. Welcome. Tsepo. Almost missed. Etienne, Chris, did you hear Rydell's amazing review of the stream? I did. And I also want to give Rydell a big shout out. Chad, go give Rydell a follow if you have not yet done so. Man is doing very, very good work, and he's keeping the trading community honest. I'm actually going to drop his link in the description of this, in the Chad. So
The man's good. I was put on him by you. I've watched a couple of his videos. He does honest work.
No, he definitely does.
Honest work. It's good.
He definitely does, and it's not easy. It is not easy standing up for the truth, but again, the truth is the only thing that you cannot cover. It will always find a way to come out. But Chad, let's give Rydell a follow. For some reason, I can't pin again. My goodness. Moski, copy that link. Please post it in the chat. I want to pin it. So please copy that link. Post it in the chat. Let me see. Maybe I just need to make Mo a moderator first. Okay, thanks, Red Act. See, Red Act is on the ball. Let's pin it. Let's support the dude. Right, I'll fix. Alright, Chad. Gonna wait for the 15-minute shuffle. And then see if there's anything we can execute on. And if not, we're gonna jump straight into the bootcamp while we wait for potential trade setups. Lifestyle Addict, if you've got any trades, feel free to share it there in the community. Let's machine gun those trades.
I've been watching this stream for a week now, and I don't have my Ferrari yet. Piss poor job, Chris.
Rydell took Marco to the cleaners. Hey, bro. Red Act, I will. Alright, Chad, I'm just gonna go to the toilet real quick. I don't know if let's throw it over to... Okay, wait, let's not throw it over to what's the name, because he wants to monitor the chat.
No, we can throw it over to my screen, school.
I need to take a shit, Chad, so sorry. That is what I'm going to do.
Are we that comfortable with each other now? We can share that level of information.
Chad, it is what it is, and I'm going to make it quick, but I'm just saying, so that don't think I've got a bad prostate where I'm trying to pee for maybe 5 to 6 minutes. But I'll see you guys now. Over to Big Ed here, and you are live, my brothers. I'll see you guys now.
Awesome tackle. I'm just gonna open up the comments on my phone here, just so I can stay connected with you guys. So yeah, I'm gonna be honest with you guys. December has not been the greatest month for me and my strategy. If it wasn't for the coming onto the streams now, I would have taken the rest of the year off and just chilled. But I could not miss the opportunity to hang with you guys, hang with the Chad live. This is actually pretty awesome. So what I'm doing now, I'm waiting for price to reach either my points of interests, looking at taking a sell from maybe this area or that area, depending on confirm, or if before we go then we retrace back, looking at taking a buy from this area. Ordinarily, if the areas were good, I might risk enter. By risk enter, just put a limit order in, let it tap and go. But because of how markets have been lately, going to be a little bit more conservative, going to wait for a little confirmations. So the confirmations I look for is on the 1 minute timeline, looking for a change of character, basically meaning for price to tap into the area and change direction. Look for a nice good displacement, a fair value gap in there, and then I'll put a limit order in where the fair value gap starts. So I wonder if I can draw on this. I'm sure I can draw on this. Better explain what I'm talking about. Where's a pencil? Where's a drawing utensil? Okay, we'll do it this way. So yeah, so basically what I'd look for is price to tap in. Let me just lock this in here. Now, can you guys tell I never have to explain what I'm doing to anyone? So, gonna go tap in, look for some kind of displacement, hoping there's a fair value gap that's tapped in there. Once we get that little show of bearish momentum, breaking structure there, hoping for a fair value gap somewhere in there to take that bad boy all the way down. So that's basically the plan I'm looking for. Will we get it? We don't know. Lifestyle. We're just gonna watch price. We've analyzed it. We know what we're looking for. If we get what we're looking for, we execute. If we don't get what we're looking for, we sit on the hands and wait until we get an opportunity. Rather than over leverage, machine gun it, either get a Ferrari or lose the house. Either or. Grow or blow, baby. Grow or blow. Let me check on the comments here. Any trading advice? Earl, all depends on where you are on your trading journey. What has gotten me to a profitable state has been being very selective on the trades I take. Sometimes taking one trade in the week. If opportunity presents itself, taking 3 trades, 4 trades, 5 trades that week. But I've been very selective on the trades I do take, and just risk management, so that even if I do have a string of losses, which sometimes happens, they don't affect my account badly enough that I'm in a terrible position. But this is true for me and my prop. I use a prop firm, so I'm a prop firm trader. I don't trade personal funds, mostly because I find how you trade personal funds to be a little bit more tricky. I don't like how much of the account I have to risk when it's a personal fund, because I don't have millions in there. I can't afford to like risk just 1%, 2% of the account. Normally, if you have like a $1,000 account, $2,000 account, you have to risk a decent chunk of it on a trade to make any kind of decent money. And yeah, I just don't have the mentality for that. I like the slow and steady approach, risking no more than 1% of my account per trade. That way, if I lose, I can afford to lose 5, 6, 7 trades in a row, and my account's still secure. And then with the RR I aim for, which is normally like a 1:2, 1:3, 1:4 RR, all I need is one good trade in my favor again, and I recoup all, if not most, of my losses. So that is how I've been approaching things. It's been working really great for me so far. So yeah, hence why I'm going to be really picky now in December. Like, it's not been the greatest trading month ever. So we're looking to see what's up. Anything else in the comments here? You will make more money sitting on your hand. That is 100% true. Something I didn't like in the beginning, like when I started trading, I've only been trading since January maybe. So I'm very new in the game. I started looking into it in Jan, started actually executing in like March. So I'm really new in the game. So that whole, I've gone through the whole cycle of FOMO, machine gun trading, blowing accounts. It is a thing, but slowly learned that if you're slow and steady, you sit in your hands 80% of the time, you're executing only 20% of the time. That ends up a lot more profitable in the long term. So it's been good. It's been good. Masika, I'm looking at getting a Vault Funder account in the new year. I'm looking at getting that sweet little 100K account. Actually, I chat with Chris about this. Like, I prefer the dollar accounts over the rand accounts, because I can't get attached to a dollar amount. I don't know how much that is in rands off the top of my head. So it's like I can trade the strategy and not the balance when it's in dollars. As soon as I see it in rands, I'm like, shit, that's 1,000 rand. That's a lot of money. Just cash out and go. Just cash out and go. Whereas with dollars, I'm waiting. I'm more patient with it. I can like let things play out the way I'm intending them to play out.
Chad, I feel good. Oh my goodness.
That was quick, actually. I'm surprised.
Bro. No, that was
really quick.
You guys think all we want is a lot of money and fast cars and nice women, but all I really want is to be regular. Go to the toilet regularly. Have those regular stools, Chad. We're gonna get Javin on here as well. Jav making an appearance here, so give me a second. We're gonna get Big J, the real J Money, the original J Rizzle. That was a drop and go, my Chad. It was beautiful. That was honestly let's get Jav on here. Okay. Alright, Chad, let's quickly look at DXY. DXY back in the Asia range. Interesting. US30. Alright, there's that move back to Asia lows. Nasdaq as well, as mentioned. Would love to see a trade lower. German 30, I'm not even going to look at that. UJ Asia highs. Let's see what she does here. Also a half round number here, so we need to monitor that. I think once we get back into the Asia range, we could see price going lower. GJ, I want to potentially short from the weekly pivot. GJ, okay, let me just get Jav on. Installation failed. What the heck? Why is it trying to install? Okay, what is gold doing? Alright. Gold looks like it wants to break out here. Okay. Let's get my boy Jav on here. Okay.
As uncomfortable. I don't find his headphones as uncomfortable as you made them out to be, eh?
I've got a big head, bro, and I think for the most part that's what killed me and Keegs.
No, I'm chilled with these. These are nice.
Which one? Oh, yeah, you've got the ones that are relatively uncomfortable. Chat. Let's quickly see. Oh, it's still on what's the name screen. Alright, Chad, here's my screen. The winner of last week, I think it was Francesco or Franco. After today's stream, we'll get your account to you. It has just been from my side. From last week Thursday, it was hectic, so do apologize. We'll get that account to you ASAP. But let.
Hey Chris, can you guys hear me?
We can hear you very softly. Give me a second. Jev, let me.
Oh shit, we got Jev on the screen.
Yeah, let's quickly see.
Just to answer Coach Carter's question. So the fair value gap I'm looking for, if I'm looking at a 1 minute comp firm, will be on the 1 minute timeline. So that's just for as a entry spot. I'm looking for fair value gaps on the 15 minute for identifying where my points of interest are in the first place. And if I'm risk entering, I'll normally use those or the supply or demand zones as my entry point. If I'm waiting for a confirm, then I'm looking for a fair value gap on the 1 minute timeline.
Okay, Chad, I'm just gonna do something here quickly. Jev, let's do a quick little mic test here with Jev. I'm gonna need to bump up this audio here.
Okay, are you ready? Like this, 1, 2.
All right, Jev, just share your screen there, brother, so I can bring your.
Okay, just give me a second. Okay, I haven't analyzed anything as yet, but maybe come back to me.
No, it's fine. Take your time. I just want to bring your video into the screen.
Okay, awesome.
My boy Jev is in the house, so it is a full house.
Good morning,
today.
Chad. Good morning, Chad.
J Money.
I've been excited. I came into the office and I was like, "Who's that sitting with Chris?" And I was so jealous.
You'll get the New York stream, bro. I'll let you have that one.
How are you doing today, Edgar? Chris, how you guys doing? How was your weekend?
Lacquer, man. Lacquer.
Wait, I'm gonna do something else. I'm gonna do this for Jev. Jev, give me a second. We're doing some running repairs here. Chad, we've got Javin. I'm actually. Let's do this. Let's bring in. Bring in a source here. Let's do a little screen capture. Producing here on the go.
That's what I love about the stream. It's real, it's raw, we don't fake nothing. If we got technical difficulties, you know about it. If we take a trade, you see it. If we take a loss, you're in it with us. The real deal.
Alright, we've got my boy Jev. Let me just see where I'm gonna put Jev. Where can I place Jev? Okay, we're gonna throw Jev there.
while we're waiting for Jiv to pop up on the screen, why don't you guys boost up the likes? Apparently we got, 200 people watching? Let's get some likes in the stream, boys. The stream is free. Just going to cost you a like and a subscribe if you feel like you're getting benefit.
All right, Chad. There we've got my boy Jev.
My name is Jiv.
Oh shit, Jev. Jev just entered the chat. Chatadonia, can we just get a pray for Jev? They're in the gulag. Jev is on, Chad. Javin's going to give some of his analysis as well. DXY, let's quickly look at it. All right, some rejections here at Asia low. Shuffle has come and gone. US30 also at Asia lows. 5 minute 200 EMA. We need to monitor that level. Nasdaq also collapsing there a little bit. UJ, as mentioned, let's see rejections off this level. Are we going to grab a little short here? I don't know if we are a little bit late to the party here. Let's see. If we can create some type of support here, maybe push up a little bit and then break these lows again. Otherwise, we could be a little bit late for this short. Let me just see. All right. I just want to see one bullish candle closure up here and then the break lower. GJ. All right. Are we not going to get that weekly pivot? Let's see.
Lifestyle, are you ready?
Otherwise, we are going to start shorting from here, Chad. Let's see if we can create some type of support and then start breaking lower. What time is that data coming out? 35 minutes. Okay, we don't have anything. Gold, as mentioned, a little bit of an ugly range here. Not necessarily going to buy the GU. GU, that pullback, not the cleanest setup. 80 is bullish. Bullish on the week. However, this daily time frame is neutral. So I'm still going to wait for price to develop. And then Euro, Euro, we've got this 109.30 level. Just gonna wait for that. EJ, all right, EJ. Here's the weird thing. EJ, I am bearish on the week. I'm neutral on the day.
Yeah.
However, the lower time frames are looking bullish to me.
So EJ.
Yeah, so here's the thing. If you look at EJ from the 5 minute perspective, we've got this. You basically had this symmetrical price pattern where you're creating equal highs, but your lows become higher and higher. So this is usually due for a breakout. So for those guys that trade price patterns, this is something I tried years ago. But ultimately, this is just one big consolidation range. We broke out. We had a consolidation here. We made a new high again, and now we went into another consolidation. So the expectation would be for us, if we hold this weekly pivot, to then push up to the next level, because we also have that half round number here close to the weekly pivot. So very interesting price action here, 155.50, but let's monitor it for a bit.
Yeah, I would also expect it to turn bullish on you based on the last little bit of order flow and price action that's been going through. It looks like it's going to target those weak highs there at the top. So I'd also expect it to go bullish for some time.
But here's the GJ. Let's see, GJ. What is? So I just want to see Euro. Okay, yeah. Euro is the stronger one currently, Chad, between pound and the euro. So let me just see what. Yeah. Okay, that makes sense. Okay, let's see. 5 minutes. Euro USD.
Actually, hey Jev, I'm interested in what your perspective on Euro USD is, because you and I tend to have very similar strategies. Are you looking to go short or long?
From my side, I haven't looked at EU yet, but looking at GJ, I started GU. Well, maybe quickly, Chris, maybe quickly throw on my screen.
Jeff, give me a second. I just need to quickly.
It's from my side, Edgar. It's really conflicting to say because looking at the DXY on the weekly.
Wait, Jeff, wait. You're not on your screen yet.
Okay.
I just want to create a layer for you. Why is there so many Javins here? Okay, give me a second, Jeff. We're gonna have you now, my brother.
So good.
We're gonna have you. We're gonna get Jeff on our chat. 1 second. Gonna get my boy Jeff on now. Okay, let's do this. Jeff, give me 1 second. We're almost done. Just want to make it styling here for the chat. All right, Jeff, you are live, my brother.
Okay, awesome. So Edgar, from my side in the DXY, I've been using the DXY for confidence for quite some time now. Now, last week's candle, the weekly, you see over here, it didn't really give us a break of structure, so it's really hard to say whether price will actually break to the downside. Now, obviously on the 4 hour, on the daily, we might have some breaks to the downside. Now, that confirmed the break of structure. But now, with that said, so for those of you guys who don't know, I use the open sentiment. Now, the daily open is currently right over here, and price is trading below that. Now, how it works is if price is below that open sentiment, we're looking for shorts. If it's above, we look for buys. Now, the only thing with the DXY is looking at. So here we're back on the 4 hour on the weekly. Because this candle didn't close, giving us a break of structure, we could potentially see the DXY pump up towards this December open, because as you can see then over this level, that could potentially then cater for a lower time frames supply zone, but that would mean that DXY will have to shoot up. And sounds crazy, but that is potential what could happen. But then with that said, looking at GU, we have a strong demand zone at this level. So if you go to 4 hour, you can see at this level we have this demand zone. Lining up with December open, we had a break of structure, price rejected from that supply zone, but this is still unmitigated. And if we look at trend overall, we are bullish. So it will be ideal if I could see GU come down and then go up, because that will kind of then correlate with DXY pushing up.
Sorry, brother. You have to bring your charts more to the right.
More to the right, like that.
Yeah, because remember we've got our camera feeds all of that, so just keep that in mind. Keep everything. Yeah. That's your
my bad.
Workspace. No. I just want the chat to see your chart.
All good. But yeah, so with that said, looking at GU, then we could potentially see price potentially and push down on that, rejecting through the weekly open. And if I go to the 15-minute, looking at the weekly open, if we could then kind of see price take out these weak lows on the 15-minute, we could potentially see a supply zone where price could trade into for us to then trade with the downside. Something very similar on EU. Now, the only thing on EU is looking at these highs from the high of November. Price trade all the way up there, but price didn't take out those highs, which is really hard to say. But on the 15-minute chart, we obviously have that internal structure. Looking at the internal structure, we did have that change of character, higher highs, higher lows. So I would say more or less from this level, this is where we kind of confirmed that change of character at first. So now we have to cater for that pullback, something very similar, like I said. So on GU, one of them will have to move much faster. So either see a break below, retrace. Euro USD is either already broken, and now we have to see that retracement into some zone to then push to the downside. Oh, the other thing also is on EU, we have this gap here. So maybe when they fill that, we could potentially see a reaction. However, also, it's very hard to say, Edgar. It's very hard to say.
Now we got a similar sort of outlook.
Okay.
I'm waiting to see which direction it picks now during London session, and then sort of frame my bias based on that. Like if we can go into lower area, if we can go down into areas of demand, I'll try and ride that pull back up, anticipating the shorts coming later. But if we don't go into demand now, we go straight up into supply, I would then anticipate the shorts coming first. But
oh yes, definitely. I think actually if we look further here, usually see if I don't put it on now. Added.
Chad, while we wait for Jav, I think this might have been missed. This is a clean entry setup. If you go onto Discord and you go under the education section, you'll see that this is basically a reversal pattern that we usually trade. There's that half round number. There's the spike above Asia highs. So what I'll potentially look for is if we get another retest of Asia highs, if we can pull back all the way here and then do something maybe like this, we can take a stab at it. Otherwise, that was the entry there. I don't know if anyone took it. GJ as well, we're now in that zone. Let's see, would be lovely if we can create some type of support and then break it to go lower, or otherwise come lower, and then once we retest that and break, we can start looking for those shorts. However, the weird thing is EJ, I'm waiting for some type of break back above the 50 and the weekly pivot, but again, we are bearish on the week. And then GU, a little bit of no man's land. Let me just check. Nothing there. Euro as well. I'm not going to trade it anywhere here for buys unless we come all the way back down here. Otherwise, for bullish continuations, I'm looking at this breaks above there, and I think we can really start moving to the upside. But Jav, back to you, my brother. You are live. Give it to the chat.
Okay, awesome. So Edgar, also, what you said now about those buys, I think the buys could be very potential, because now what I do is I could have like maybe looking at let's say I look at 4 pairs, but I always go for the pair that has the correct correlation and the cleanest pattern, basically. I go for that. So if we could have DXY basically push up to the daily open and then reject towards the downside.
Yeah.
Because I remember I had a demand zone down here last week where I want to see price basically trade into before we can go up. So if that potential can still play out on Euro USD, we have Asian lows untested, and then we also have Friday's low, which is also untested. Now I see highs and lows as liquidity. So looking at Euro USD, we could then potentially see them push down into this demand and go up. And this demand zone I actually found on the 4-hour. Looking at this fractal breaks of structure over here, and also using this 4-hour break. So this wick, and also there's a pivot over there. So I think that could be potentially a zone we could long from. What do you think?
Yeah, that's exactly what I was looking at earlier. Just depends which direction price picks this morning. But yeah, I'm not gonna force anything. I'm gonna react to what price gives me. I'm not gonna try and anticipate where it's gonna go.
No, I agree.
All right, Chad. We're gonna kick off with the bootcamp, and we're gonna get some input from Javin. Gonna get some input from Edgar as well. Today's stream is not gonna be public, so if you wanna make notes, take out your notebook. If you wanna take screenshots, take screenshots. I did it specifically that way so that the people that are here, you are the ones that are going to get value out of it. We're not going to make these streams public. So after the stream's done, I am deleting the stream. So keep that in mind. So stay tuned. And Chad, where we're going to begin with, and this is how I mentally prepped this out for us for this week. I'm not going to bomb you with a lot of data in each session. I want to basically share key elements of trading and also my trading plan. So if you go onto the link in the description of this video under the Discord, under the education section, it is basically going to tie in with what I do on a weekly basis, on a daily basis, and where I start. So one of the first concepts that I want to share with you, and maybe you've heard it, maybe you haven't, but it's most probably one of the key, I would say most pivotal concepts in trading, is that price is fractal. And some of you might know what that means, some of you might not know what that means, but the first one I want to share is that price is fractal. So what do I mean by saying price is fractal? If you think about it, if I didn't tell you that this is a 5-minute chart and I zoomed into it, here's the thing, if I zoomed into this chart, I could change the watermark to the weekly, and unless you are familiar with Euro USD, you could say, Chris, that is a weekly chart. If I drop down to the 4-hour chart and you didn't know this was a 4-hour, I could tell you this is a daily chart. Because price is fractal. What's happening on the weekly, what happens on the daily, structure remains structured, Chad. The only thing that differs is the time it takes for price to create that structure. Obviously, if you go on a monthly, it's going to take months to create a high, to create a pullback, to re-break those highs. On a 1 minute, you've got constant price action, price structure. Again, this being a 1 minute chart, I could tell you this is a daily and you wouldn't know if you didn't see that the candles are moving as quick. So that is the first thing. If you go under the education section and you go and look at all of our entry confirms for how we take trades, those are not only for 5-minute charts. You can use them on the hourly, you can use them on the 4-hour, you can use them on the daily, you can use them on the weekly. And this is where I want to come in with price being fractal, is the next point of how do we determine our weekly bias. This is where a lot of guys fail. They don't know how to determine their weekly bias. So one of the first things about your weekly bias is you need to understand how a candle is formed. So I'm not gonna paint this candle bullish or bearish. I first just want to talk about the anatomy of a candle, and I think a lot of you fail to understand how candles are formed, how liquidity is being grabbed, and this is one of the first things we need to talk about. I'm just going to swap around between the pairs as we wait. All right. So, candles from a weekly perspective. Obviously, unless you are a position trader, the monthly candle shouldn't really bother you. As a day trader, even as I would say a swing trader or intraday swing trader, the two most important biases you need to establish is your weekly bias and your daily bias. These are the two most important biases you need to establish. Starting off with the weekly. Let's say this is a weekly candle. We know that a weekly candle has got an open, it's going to create a low, it's going to create a high, and it's going to have a close. And here's where it comes in, that a lot of us fail to realize that even if I am bullish on the week, let's make this a bullish candle. Even if I am bullish at one stage, price is going to go below the weekly open. Price is going to have to set a weekly low, whereby this low it creates, this is what you call the liquidity, the accumulation below a weekly open. This is where the buyers step in, where they get the retail market to start selling into a potential bullish weekly candle, and this is where they get to fill their orders. So I know if I am bullish on the week, I know maybe Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, it could be a grind where the weekly low will be established. You get that accumulation, you get that, call it accumulation, manipulation, whatever you want to call it. But then at one stage, it is going to distribute as soon as they fill their orders to then go and create a high. That is why on Fridays, for the most part, we looked at that Sam Nephew, that beautiful little indicator for us showing statistically when highs and lows are formed on the weekly candle. We saw that the statistical probability is that Monday and Fridays usually create the high or the low of the week. So keep that in mind, and high of the week or low of the week. So now, taking that into consideration, we know that if price was trending the entire week, what's going to happen on Friday? Price is going to want to pull back to create that top wick and to also create range for the next week, because the thing is, if you were in a trend coming to Friday, you're going to take some profits, and that profit taking is what is resulting into that pullback on the weekly time frame. So that is the one thing about the weekly. Firstly, how do I establish my weekly bias? So there's two ways. The one is, and I've told you guys this, is that if you go back statistically and you just blindly followed the previous daily candle or the previous weekly candle blindly, go and look at what your probability is that you will be right in terms of establishing your bias. So using the previous, let's just do this, using the previous daily or weekly candle as the first indicator for where price is potentially going to go. Go and test it. Don't take my word, Chad. As I always say in the Forex industry, ask, always question everything. Whatever I say here, go back, go and test it, come back and say, Chris, you're talking the biggest load of shit. That is not true. There's no edge in just following the previous daily candle for bias, then 100% great. Otherwise, come back and say, even if it's a 55%, you are still then on the positive side. All right, that's the first thing that I do, using the previous weekly and daily candle. Secondly, if you go and look at our price confirms that we use, and I quickly want to bring that on the screen here as well for us to quickly look at that. And this is where the price is fractal comes in. So let me just quickly get Discord open here. And while I wait for Discord, let's quickly see what price is doing. Alright, DXY still at the Asia lows. Alright, we're starting to get that pullback on UJ. Alright, GJ also giving us that pullback. GU still in that range. EU still in that range. What is alright? EJ, let me just quickly set some alerts here, chat. 155, 501. Okay. Let me actually open up education section. If you go to, okay, let's quickly look at our continuation trades. Just quickly want to open up all of these. And I'm going to make it very, very easy for you to, going forward, to establish your weekly bias and daily bias, where you can with confidence say, Chris, I know where I'm wanting to see price go. All right, chat. So going back to Euro, let's quickly go back to Euro USD. Okay, EJ wants us to. Okay, we're going to give it a little bit of time to simmer there. We'll get back to it. All right, chat. So firstly, if you go and look at all of the entry criterias I have shared on the Discord, that is what you will be using to not just take trades. You're going to use that to also establish your weekly and daily bias. Because again, if price is fractal, what does that mean? That means that, for instance, you don't have to put a timeline on this. You can see I specifically didn't put any time frame on there. I use it on the 5 minutes for my entry criterias. But I also use this to determine my weekly and daily bias. So if I'm looking at a daily time frame and I see, for instance, forget the pivot and the half round number, just look at the price structure. If I see something like this on the daily, what am I expecting? I'm expecting the daily to continue bullish, because according to me, this is a continuation pattern on the daily time frame. If I see something like this on the daily, I also see this as a continuation pattern. So if this was a daily or even a weekly time frame, this is clearly showing me continuation buy patterns forming. Let me just see what EJ is doing. This thing is rattling the cage here. All right. All right, Chad, what I want to see here is I want to see us test the weekly pivot. I would like to see a bearish candle closure, and then I want to see that break of structure there. And that's actually exactly what we are looking at here for a potential continuation trade, where it creates a little bit of a resistance. It pulls back and it then breaks the structure higher. So what you're seeing here is something like this. I want to see that form here. Otherwise, what this could also be is the reversal trade buy. So let me quickly do this for you. Let me quickly do this. Otherwise, no, that is not it. You can't classify it as that. Give me a second here. No, it is a continuation buy. So let's see. Chad, we'll get back to the daily bias and weekly bias now. I just want to see how this develops. We potentially have a trade here in the next 5 to 10 minutes. What is GJ doing? Alright, GJ holding that level. UJ also pulling back. Alright, Chad, we're going to get back to it now. We potentially have a trade. I know you guys also want to trade. So let's see.
Folks are about to spill their coffee. It's about to get interesting.
Yeah, chat, I'm just going to pee quick. I'll be less than 60 seconds. I'll see you guys now.
Before you go, Chris, maybe you can quickly throw on my screen.
Okay, let's just throw over to Javin's screen. Chad, EJ, getting hot. JViewer live. I'll see you guys now.
Awesome. Now for you guys, remember we were looking at shift JPY last week, looking for price to trade back into the supply zone, but price never came back to that level. As you can see, I love what I'm seeing right now. I can see all this liquidity build up at this level. And just keep grabbing a nice little tool here. So as you can see from here, all this liquidity built up. I love this basically. Now as you can see, price finally came back into that zone more or less. Am I looking at the right way? Why is this so different now? Okay, yes. So Javin, sorry, we're looking at Swiss franc last week, but there's two setups I'm looking at right now. So if EU and GU is basically going to be difficult when looking at the Swiss franc phase. Now, Swiss franc, I want to see price go tap into the supply zone. Same thing over here. We also have that massive liquidity build up at this point. So as you can see over there, there's that liquidity, and then all the way to here, as you can see as well, there you have kind of that trend line action. So I want to see basically price trade into the zone, into the supply zone. Once we are there, I'll flip over to the 3-minute chart, and obviously we'll have to see price move to that level with some sort of pattern. For instance, see something like this: a high, low, higher, high, higher, low, higher, high. With this high, the price, with this low price leaves in, I want to then see a big displacement, leaving us with a fair value gap within that zone. And then when price trades back into that level, we will look to sell it. Very similar on Swiss franc yen. As you can see, price stacked the other supply zone right now currently. On the 3-minute chart is what I want to see. Now you'll see that when price took out these highs, go back on the line chart, and you can actually see the trend. So as you can see, this is the low which price left over here, which is we will expect that change of character. Now the only thing with this is if price does trade back this level change of character, I'm not going to take it. So what I want to see is actually I want to see price take out these at this high again, even with a very similar pattern. That will mean then this low will then become the zone where we have a change of character. And a very similar thing, like I said, on Swiss franc, Swiss franc, sweep above displacement fair value gap and target to the downside, targeting Asian low on Swiss franc yen, and same thing on AUD. Swiss franc, want to target these Asian lows.
So
and
Jeff,
let's wait and see how it plays out.
Jeff, you use the 3-minute time frame as your confirm time frame, eh?
Yes, if the 3-minute doesn't look as clean, I will go to the 1-minute. But it's only purely to spot that fair value gap.
Yeah. But why the 3-minute over the 1 minute?
I don't know. It's just so Ethan Garland. So he's I never used to use the 3-minute until I looked at any of his work, and then from there I kind of fell in love with it. And then yeah, so if the 3-minute doesn't play out, so I just go to the 1 minute.
Okay, that's something for me to look back on, because I've been typically using the 1 minute, but I think it'll be interesting to back test that 3-minute.
I feel you. In the end, also just kind of opens that reward ratio, makes it bigger.
Keen. That's what I love about trading. Right? There's no right or wrong way to do it. There's multiple different ways to catch a trade in the market, and I love exploring other options.
Yeah, multiple ways to kill this cat.
Chat, can you guys hear the music? Let me know if you can hear the music.
What do you call this genre of music? Dubstep?
Yeah, this is like dubstep. Okay, you guys can hear it. Chad, we're gonna get back to the daily bias. Alright. Nila. The only thing with the GJ short that I do not like is that the EMAs are all bullish. And I'm actually looking to potentially buy EJ. That is the only weird thing here. How do I get a neutral bias on the day? That is when it's not clear for me. and I'm going to get back to that now. Okay, only issue I've got now is this 5 minute is going to close with the hourly, but let's see. Hourly is also closing now. All right. $155 weekly pivot. Let's see what she gives us. 1 minute. What is DXY? Alright, DXY is still flunking around here at Asia lows. US30, as mentioned, there's that Asia low. Let's see if she holds potential buys there. Nasdaq doing as expected. I told you guys, bullish, nice pullback to the daily pivot. No entry confirms for me though. UJ pulling back here. So if we can create some type of support, just want to see how big this range is. 10 pips. Oh, that's a little bit steep. What is gold doing? All right. Okay, we can give EJ some time. Let's see. Nice little pullback. If we can hold here, even though it closes bearish, if we can hold here and then start breaking to the upside. Basically a nice bullish candle closure. Next candle do something like this, pull back again, and then that break. We can execute on this bad boy.
Is Lifestyle still here? Did you get bored and leave yet?
No, he won't be here.
We're about to trade. He's gonna miss it.
Sorry, Chad. We're gonna come back to the weekly and daily buys. Don't stress. We're gonna talk about this. Do not worry. We're gonna get back to it. Here's the thing, Chad. Do you guys want trades as well, or would you want me to purely focus on the bootcamp stuff? Let me know in the comments.
Everyone who's keen to be profitable long term is looking for the bootcamp. Everyone who wants their Ferrari yesterday wants to trade.
Let me know. Do you guys want me to purely focus on the bootcamp stuff? Like I've given you the analysis, or bootcamp 100% trades as well. Bootcamp. All right, Chad. But let's see. Let me do a poll. So we can see.
Just for me personally, I feel like this time of the year, like what is it, like the 18th of December already. I would call it a year in terms of trading. Just try and what Keegan call it? Go dark mode. Just learn as much as you can, so that when January starts, you actually have your own knowledge to rely on. You're not wanting to rely on the knowledge of others to get you over the hill. Because from personal experience, I'm gonna tell you now, I spent the first couple months relying on other people's knowledge to try and get me there. It's not a reliable way to do things, for the simple reason that what I've noticed is, like Chris, let's say if you take 20 trades in the month, your profitability is reliant on having taken all 20 of those trades. So all your wins, losses, and all of that add up to your edge. If I take 10 of your trades or 15 of your trades, I'm not going to get the same result you got. Like I could take 15 of your trades and end up not being profitable, whereas you've taken all 20 of your trades and now you're profitable. So if I miss, let's say if you get like a massive trade randomly out of the 20, if I miss that one, it's a completely different result. So I feel like a lot of people don't realize that, like taking other people's trades, like you're not going to emulate their results unless you're taking every single one of the trades they take. If you're cherry picking them, if you miss a few, his strategy overall could be very profitable, but because you missed a couple key trades, you're suddenly losing money when they're making money. So the only way to really be consistent is take your own trades and take all of your own trades, find an edge that works for you.
Okay, chat, time to vote. Let's see. I'm going to leave it up to you guys, and let's see. Obviously, these streams are for you guys, so I don't want to just focus on the education stuff. And some of you are like Chris, but we want some trades as well. So I'm going to give it a couple of minutes. We do have some time here, so let's see. I'm unable to vote. Vince, maybe you already voted.
No, I understand. No, I didn't understand. We did this in that. Sorry, I'm here on.
No trade for me on GJ. I do not like the. Yeah, I don't like that, Nila. I like this EJ though. Not gonna lie. Actually, need to get myself ready. Need to get myself ready. Maybe a last little. Okay. Okay, chat, I'm gonna just wait for this 5. If this 5 is unable to break above here, I'll end the poll and we'll see where we are. DXY, what is DXY doing? DXY is still ranging here at Asia lows. Nasdaq. UJ, alright. UJ rejecting Asia highs. Let's monitor that level there. A little bit of a mixed signal here. GJ. Very, very odd. Alright, gold making that push to the daily pivot. GU, what is EU doing? Alright. Okay, let's give this 5 minute a solid chance. Technically, from entry criteria, what we are looking at is this. This is what we are looking at here, potentially. Come on. I see somebody said they want a PDF of my trading plan and strategy. My brother, it is in the Discord. If you go onto Discord, for that brother that was asking, if you go onto the education section, right on top, there is the trading plan PDF. It is a beautiful 2-pager. Let's open it up. Let's quickly open it up here for you guys so you can see it. There it is, my brother. Full PDF with everything, where I look for buys, how I manage the trade. So it is there. That's why I need to join the Discord.
Now, Chris, like go over how you developed this trading plan.
This is what I'm busy with now. We're gonna. Alright, Chad, we've got our alerts set. Let me end that poll. Let's see where we are. All right.
Shocking. Not.
All right. 61% of you bootcamp and trades. 38% of you only bootcamp. So the tribe has spoken. We will continue to look for potential trades and we will do the bootcamp. All right. So I'll try and manage it as best as possible, but I think in the meantime there's nothing I will execute on as of right now. We need price to develop further. Yeah, I'm not gonna, we missed our shot there. Yeah, okay. All right, Chad, let's get back to daily and weekly bias. We already spoke about prices fractal. We already spoke about the weekly bias. We already spoke about the daily bias. So secondly, if you go onto the Discord, I'm going to bring all of these entry confirms that we use for our entries, and I'm going to bring them all up here. Reversal trades. All right, there's one more continuation bias. I think there's one missing here, if I'm not mistaken. Let me just check the Discord real quick here. There's only 4. Why is there 5 here? Oh, this is a double. Okay. So now coming back to price is fractal. What do I do when I look at the weekly? I try and see, for instance, let's go to gold. Gold on the weekly time frame. Then if I look at gold on the weekly time frame, I try and establish which one of these entry confirms which we use on the 5-minute can I actually use for the weekly to establish my bias. And the first thing I can see from a weekly perspective is that from a weekly it looks very similar to what we've had going on here. So forget the pivot, forget the off-run number, purely look at the price action. So going back to gold on the weekly, what do you guys see on the weekly? That it looks very similar to what we've got going on here. One of our entry drills that we use, and I can clearly see that we've taken out a previous high. I can clearly see we pulled back into a previous resistance area, now potentially support, and I can fit this to what I want to see for continuation buys. Then going off down to the daily, I look for exactly for the same thing. And last week, this was 2 weeks ago, I was bearish on on gold. Why was I bearish on this day? So if I use the replay tool, let's quickly do this. I just want to show you. Alright, why was I bearish on this day? Because this for me was a reversal sell trade. Why was it a reversal sell trade? If I copy this over, and I'm going to show you here. Just looking at the daily, what did we have here? So we didn't exactly have, say, 3 or 4 daily candles. But this was a break of structure for me, because there we had the little support area formed right there. And then we had this daily candle. Let me just make sure you guys can see everything I'm sharing here. Yeah. And then we had this daily candle breaking structure lower. So what you are seeing here is technically what you are seeing there. There's that support area. There's that candle break. And that is why I was bearish. If you go back 3 weeks on gold, I was bullish here. Why was I bullish there? Why do you think I was bullish here? Again, let's go to our continuation buy trades. What do I see there? I can basically just copy this and bring this over as well. It is literally, you can teach this to a 12-year-old and they'll be able to trade. There was the continuation trade. We are bullish, and that is all I do on a weekly and a daily basis. I'm very familiar with how my reversal trades look visually, how my continuation trades look visually for sells, how my reversal buy trades look, and all I do is I see which one of these setups can I mask onto a daily and a weekly time frame. As simple as that. It is not rocket science. GU, let's quickly look at it. Times when I was neutral. So let me quickly show this to you. Chat, and feel free to ask questions. I want you guys to ask questions. So yeah, for instance, I would have been wrong on the day, because this for me is a continuation trade. Let's just do this quickly. This for me was a continuation pattern on the daily time frame. However, I can almost guarantee you the lower time frames didn't confirm that this was going to go bullish. So for me on the day, I would have come into the chart, I would have looked at this, and I would have said, guys, this looks like a continuation buy setup. Now, somebody that asked, when am I neutral? Now price comes back down. This is a scenario where I will go neutral, because we didn't break structure. So I can't look at my reversal trade sell. I can't look at my continuation trade buy, because it is a bearish candle closure. So if I've got a daily scenario like this, I'm neutral, because price can go either way. I will be bearish if we break structure lower. I will be bullish if we break structure higher. So let's go to the next daily candle. All right, so in this instance, I would now say I am bearish, because now I'm looking for that reversal sell scenario. And where can we potentially go to? We can potentially go to here, because we are still technically bullish on the higher time frames. And what can potentially happen here, Chad, once price reach this level right there? That could be the continuation buy scenario. This scenario here at the bottom. So this is where you start to migrate your secondary and primary market structure, because we are bullish and we are potentially expecting some type of pullback to occur back to that level right there, and then from there we can start getting bullish again. So let's go down to the next day. There you can clearly see very nice worked out reversal trade sell, nice little break of structure. And now again, this is where experience comes in. You're so close to a previous support area, but you are also far away. Your trade for the sell was here. So you are now, I would rather sit and wait to see if we do get that potential buy scenario that we talked about, the continuation buy, or I would wait to see if we maybe do something like this, a pullback and then a continuation sell. Where's the sell continuations? Something like this, a pullback, sell continuation down. So let's see what we get on the next day. All right, so there we get that bullish candle closure. Yeah, I'm also going to drop a little gem for you. Go back and test it. If you've got a candle that closes bullish in a short or even longer term downtrend, and it closes bullish after taking out a previous daily low, it is very probable that this can become a swing low formation. What do I mean by swing low? That the next daily candle can open up, can create a bottom wick, respect that low, and then still flip bullish. But however, this high did not take out the previous high, and it did also not engulf that candle. If you're going to look at our reversal trade buys, we are looking for engulfing candles. Even on the continuation buys, I'm looking for the low to be taken, and I'm looking for the high to be taken as well, and I want that candle to engulf the previous one. Let's see what the next day is doing. All right, there we've got that sell continuation. We've got that break of structure. My only concern then is I also use key levels. So here's the thing, chat, price is only moving from level to level. So we've got that support here. So just from a daily perspective, if I jumped onto this chart, I would have said, Chad, this looks like a continuation sell trade to me. We created, even if it's a tiny little support, we've got the wick to fill. I would have been bearish, but also considering that we've got this previous resistance area that could still potentially hold as support as well. What do we get? We get a bullish daily candle, but also again, it is in between a previous support and in between a previous resistance and a previous support. So not the cleanest, and I would be neutral on this day. Let's see what the next daily does again. So now this is where also I think you guys have heard me talk about 2 daily candles closing either bearish or closing bullish. I only consider a support. Why does it sound like this music is so loud? Let me just bring it down a little bit. I only consider a support or a resistance established on the daily time frame if I've got 2 consecutive daily candle closures, bullish or bearish. But what's interesting here is a lot of times you will hear me talk about we have traded back into the range. What I mean by that, if you zoom into this daily candle, you'll see that we didn't close inside or above that previous support area. We also didn't close below this previous support area there or this resistance area. But this candle right here, this candle took out the previous daily low. So that is the liquidity sweep there. And it has now successfully closed back inside of this range. And it has got a very nice top wick to potentially fill. And this becomes the range that we are trading in. So I would have potentially been bullish on this day. And let's see what the daily did. All right. When was this? This was last week. Okay. You can see, apologies, somebody's going to get offended again, but this is what you call some fuckery right there. This is just simple manipulation where they took out the lows again and then flipped it bullish. Again, I would now be bullish because this for me is a reversal trade buy. Look at this pattern right here. Again, I've given you all of these patterns. You literally just need to spot the pattern on the time frame. Actually, it almost looks identical. But there it is. Bullish. Let's see what we... Only concern though is we've got, if you look left with me, we've got this previous support area there. We didn't close above it, so technically we could still resist there and come down lower. But just looking at this little piece of price action, does that not look identical to what's happening here, chat? So again, that's how I establish my daily bias. I am now bullish on the day. Let's see what the day does. Oh shit, the day just popped higher. Now, I'm just taking a day for day, chat. I just want to show you. So now what do I have here? on the daily perspective, I've got my continuation buy. That scenario there, and let's just copy that onto the chart. Let's bring it in here. We're still on the daily time frame now. All of a sudden we've got something like this. There you've got it. Nice little break above. However, this is Thursday. Let's see what the next day does. All right, there you've got it. Next day pulling back, and now what do we do? We're neutral. This is today, eh? Wait, yeah. Starting off the day, I mentioned that we are neutral. Why am I neutral? Because at any stage, can we get something like this happening? At any stage, can we get something like this happening today? But again, I need to wait for the daily candle to close. Where it pulls back, we are still bullish. We create that support or that resistance here, and then we break it. But now it is a case of we have created a new high. We are bullish. We created a low. We created a new high. How deep are we going to pull back? I don't know. Are we going to get a continuation buy pattern in terms of something like this? Are we going to get this maybe? That little pattern there, where today's daily candle is going to break out higher, so close something like that. Then it's very simple for me to say tomorrow, Chad, we are clearly bullish. Or are we going to pull back a little bit deeper so that we actually take a reversal buy trade? So are we going to pull back to create something maybe like this?
Chris, can I ask something?
Yes.
So on your cheat sheet, basically, showing your entry patterns, do you take it exactly according to that, in a sense of like candle numbers, or is it purely
no? It's purely the price structure. So it is purely no, don't go exactly like it needs to be two candles. It is purely looking at a structure break or a resistance holding. Same with this. This could look very different. This is just to give you a more or less an idea of what I'm looking for. But sometimes there could be, for instance, this, let's say this middle one here, there could be 4 daily candles, even 5, and you've got one that breaks and then it breaks back above. So it is purely to do with how structure is getting broken and at what level it is happening. So I want to take a sip of water, Chad. Is there any questions on this? I think a lot of you guys, I can ramble on forever, but let me know that that makes sense, where these 4 little pages that I've given you does not only give you your entry criteria on the 5-minute, but it actually gives you your weekly and your daily bias. So I'm going to take a sip of water.
How are your areas of interest looking, Jev?
From my side, so far, EU still very far from that zone at the highs. GU also hasn't done anything as yet. Shift yen, starting to see some movement heading towards those highs, but it's very, very slow. Same for Australian dollars with franc, still waiting for these setups. I think it's gonna be a very, very slow day. Might only get something NY, maybe not even.
Yeah, I'm in the same, man. I'm like 17 and 20 pips respectively from my areas of interest. So that's gonna take some time. But welcome to
I quickly wanna answer a comment from the chat. So Lifestyle Addict said, if you're making real cash from the market, why sell an internship? Something with common sense. Using interest is not legit. Look, guys. For instance, like the reason I'm commenting is because I sell a course. I make money from trading, but you also have to obviously question the integrity of a person. But to me, it was like, I've been scammed before. So when I actually learned how to do this, I think I paid 14,000 for my mentorship for one day from Brooklyn. And for me to pay that amount of money and just share it for free, I'm not gonna do that. So yeah, just think of that.
Sorry, man. I'm just reading a chat here referring to Shaquille Samai. I did not mentor him. When he said I am a mentor, he is talking about in terms of psychology and in terms of business advice. Whatever he does outside of the realms of trading or in trading, I am not in control of it. I started chatting to him, I think it was 2 years ago. He was on a podcast I did for Vault Markets. And from then we were chatting, and he always sometimes asked my advice because I give it to him straight. So if he is doing something that's disingenuous, please let me know. I will chat to him because that is not on. I think most of his stuff is free anyway, so I don't know if somebody maybe paid a scammer, but as far as I know, most of his stuff, or actually all of it's free. So if your brother paid for it, I don't know. Does Shaquille have paid stuff, Jeff? I don't know.
I'm not sure. I think it does have a group, but I
No,
don't
but it's
think
free.
but I don't think he pushes it as hard. That's also the other thing. It also depends. See, also with the thing of selling courses, it's also how you market yourself, which plays a very, very big role. If you're going to promise people thousands of % of returns, if you're going to promise them millions, if you're going to promise them ridiculous things, then obviously it's a scam. But if you're going to guarantee them education, for instance, show them how to catch X amount of pips on a certain trade, if you can show them the basic things like that, it's a different story. But in regards to that, I'm not quite 100% sure, Chris. I don't know Shaquille, so I can't comment.
Okay, if he's got paid courses, I don't know, because as far as I knew, everything was free. But anyway, Chad, whatever he does is out of my realms. I'll just mentor the guy. I'm a shoulder for him to talk to. So yeah. Anyways, getting back to what we're doing. Do you guys now understand how I establish my weekly bias and my daily bias? Let me know if you guys understand it. All of these sheets are in the Discord chat. Somebody asking for a cheat sheet. It is literally in the Discord under education. Just scroll up. It is all there for you guys to take. I know the one is wrong. My dyslexia got the better of me. I think it is. Where's the one where the candles are actually colored wrong? Spot the one where the candle colors are wrong. Or did I fix it? There's one where the candle.
Now, what do you mean by wrong? Like you're talking about a sell on a bullish candle or what?
Yeah. Where did I? Somebody did I fix it?
All right, let me look.
Oh yeah, here's a chat. These candles should be red, and that should be a green candle.
I see. Yeah.
Yeah, sorry. Those two should. So I must just fix this. I did this on Canva, so my apologies. That is not. Let me actually while we chill here. Give me a second. I just want to open my Canva quick, just to make a note of it.
I'd be very curious to know if anyone has taken this setup and how it went out for them.
Which setup?
Like the one you're fixing now with the color swapped. If anyone's taken that and like rolled with it, and despite the error.
Actually, the only thing that's really important is this little section here, that break. So what's happening there is actually irrelevant.
Yeah, the rest of it's right. It's just the lead up.
Let me just see, Chad. Projects. What projects have I done here? Oh, here's it. Here's my. So believe it or not, here it is still on Canva. So if you don't believe me, I literally drew these little candles out on Canva. So I hope you guys appreciate it. I haven't seen any other guys sit and draw out these candles. Okay, I'll do that afterwards. All right, Chad. Let's quickly just run back to the market real quick, and then we're going to go on to the next little section. GJ, what is GJ doing? 5 minute time frame, going into a little bit of a range here. EJ, let's check EJ quick. Ooh, naughty. EJ, 1 minute. What do we have here? So again, reversal trade buys. We've got this scenario here potentially. Let's clip it. And let's see. I'm going to copy that quick. So let's bring that on here. Can you guys visually see what's happening here? Let me bring it down there. There's the pivot, the half round number. So this is a valid setup, 33 seconds. Are we going to execute your weekly pivot? All right, chat, 22 seconds. I just want to see how far are we away. Okay, I'm gonna grab this.
Oh shit! It's getting real.
10 seconds.
Coffee
8.
being spilled.
Chad's like, what is taking a trade?
Oh shit! I didn't think anything was happening today.
Dang.
Where's my MT5?
I'm just gonna wait for a little pullback. Oh my goodness.
Oh, I don't think it's gonna wait for you, eh?
Now yet.
Here it comes. Well,
Let's see if I can get a little pullback.
That's aggressive.
Chad, I just want to see a little pullback. Yeah. Come on, give us the little pullback.
Here it comes. Here it comes.
Out of the 30 close. Alright, 30 closing. Okay, Chad. Let's see.
Edgar, quickly from my side. So see this trade this is taking right now.
Okay, Chad, sorry man. I executed. I think you heard it right. Yeah, goof.
Oh
20,
shit.
20 pip stop. 20 pip stop. As mentioned, end of the year, we're not going to try and be euros. We're going to go for a 1-to-1 in and out. Get it over and done with. I just want to set my stops quickly. It's not a new trade. I'm just setting my stop. Some of you like, Chris, why are you entering?
Has Redak never seen a trade on here?
Okay, 20 pips. All right. Chad, just one thing. I've been drinking almost like 4 liters of water. Break-even point right here, as soon as we hit that level. In terms of managing risk, if we start to create some type of support here and we push up and we break that support, then obviously we are chalked and we will kill the trade. Otherwise, as long as we hold above the 50, I'm good with this position. It is basically a 1-to-1 trade, break even level here. Stops.
Ed, can I ask you something?
Yes, sir.
So see this trade Chris just took on EJ, right?
Yeah.
This isn't per se something SMC traders would take.
Yeah.
Okay, so if you look at the 15-minute chart as a break of structure, demand zone, would you take the long from the Asian highs?
Wait, give me a second to orientate myself here. Ask your question again.
So on Euro Yen 15-minute chart, there's a pivot there on the 15-minute, the equilibrium at the Asian highs.
Yep.
Break of structure, and then price lift that demand zone at 1.55343. Do you see what I'm referring to?
Yeah, I see that.
would you take a long from there?
Ooh, okay. I see your trade idea. Me personally, no. Only because I don't like the amount of displacement we got from it. Like if I'm gonna take a long from that area, I normally want a little bit more of a convincing push in that direction, and it's already retraced a little bit back towards it. Me personally, what I would be more interested in is taking a short from higher up. So if you go to 155.94, there's a little bit of a supply zone up there. I would be more looking at taking it short from up there.
Okay, perfect. That's also this is what I always refer to. You know, we trade so different, but it's like Chris trades out of the Asian box. I want to trade back into it.
Yeah.
And I always make this example where it's like he would push price to us, you know, basically. Then when he gets out, then we get in.
Then we get in. That's what I love about that's what I appreciate about different strategies. It's none of these strategies are wrong or any better than any other strategy, but it's about where in price action do you want to catch your trade. So here, Chris would be catching it like pre-trade for us, catching it 2 hour zone, and we would take it from there. And it's like his might be the better one on this day. Ours might be the better one on a different day. It's like it's all different, and like that's what I love about how different people trade. It's like a really interesting way of like, you know, that whole thing that there's perspective. Like everyone's looking at truth from a different perspective. I view the market in a similar way, where everyone's looking at the market from a different perspective, trying to catch it at different times.
Exactly.
Some strategies are right more often than other strategies. Some strategies, their RRs are bigger than other strategies, but everyone's just trying to catch the market in a different place.
That's the beauty of it. Like for instance, that's always my confluence in the office as well. When Chris wants to trade, if he trades out of the box, and most likely then I'll know, okay, not reaction there. That's what I want to see. Then it's like I always see it as we become the market, so we move it to each other. Like you said, now perspective. That also eases my psychology a lot sometimes to not like 100. Like you feel more confident.
Yeah.
All right, Chad, here's that pullback. So something to note here on the lower time frames. Also, if you understand market structure, so if you go to a line chart, I just want to show you guys something. You can clearly see that the order flow from here was bearish because we took out previous lows. You can clearly see that. And then what happened is we shifted from a bearish order flow. This was the change of character. I think this is what you guys call it, change of character. And we don't wait for that pullback because it's technically that little double bottom structure. You could wait for the pullback, but in a lot of cases, price can also just run to create a new high. But let's see. So this is purely if you want to use, I'm not a trend line trader, just to show you visually that from here you can see order flow was bearish, and then what happened is there's a shift that occurred. So what we want to see is from here, I don't want to see this candle struggle. This candle needs to break that structure. The next couple of candles need to push up, and as Ed and Javin mentioned, if this continues up, then this becomes that order block. ICT guys call it a breaker or whatever. I just look at the level 155.50. That is a half round number that I want to trade. So let's see. Ideally, this 5 minute needs to close above. If it does not close above, then obviously we've had multiple fails at this level right here. So it needs to close above. If not, we are in trouble, my Chad. My fellow Chadadonians. I don't know if I can play mute here. Because mute brings down the dollar.
Mute is high risk at the moment.
if I play mute here, mute brings the dollar down, and a weaker dollar is positive for the yen, which is going to be negative for our position. So no mute here.
We need a counter mute.
Dude, but GJ just died. What the flip?
Now there was a potential. Had I looked at it, there was a potential. I could have potentially caught that if I had looked at it earlier. Because it went right up to a wick zone right there, tapped and fell right off a cliff.
All right, Chad, let's see what this 5 does. We need to close above the weekly pivot, above this half round.
Speaking about the market being everyone trying to catch it at different places, what blew my mind in the early days, back when I was still in the whole bunch of signal groups and looking at what different people were doing, I was in 2 different signal groups. I think it was a gold trade. Both of them simultaneously were like, one was in a buy position, one was in the sell position, and they both executed within 15 minutes of each other. They had about, I don't know, like 20-point stops each. One was chilling in drawdown, sniffed his stop loss. The other one was in profits, was like, okay, cool, I'm cutting the trade here at a 1 is to 1.5 or whatever it was. It reversed in so he got out the trade. Other one's in drawdown. The thing reverses out, snaps the guy in profits a 2-hour trade. And I was like, the market is that complex that 2 people can be in the exact opposite sides of a trade at more or less the same time, and both of them still win the trade. Like that's how like the market doesn't give a crap who you are, what you're trying to do. It does what it does. And if you know how to read it, if you know how, if you have an edge in the market and you have the correct bias, like 2 people can be in opposite sides of a trade and still make money, depending on how they're managing it.
All right,
I used to be that guy and like, oh no, like the broker's hunting my stop. And my mentor once told me what was my risk, and I told him it was $3, and he asked me, so ask yourself this, Javin, do you really think the market make a mutual $3? And that changed my whole perspective on how to view manipulation levels.
All right, Chad, we closed above there. Can't manage this trade as of yet. What I do want to mention is we have now established a little support level there. And if this next 5-minute candle does this, I'm out. I'm killing it. This needs to start pushing above for this bullish order flow, because remember, as you guys know, change of character is not yet a confirmed bullish market structure. Bullish market structure is only confirmed once you've got a confirmed break of structure to the upside and it re-breaks. So after you get something like this, then only is it confirmed. This could just be a deeper pullback to continue lower. So we had our first little break of structure there, and I want to see it break one more time, then we are good in the trade. Otherwise, we're going to kill it as soon as it closes bearish below here. But let's see. Stops to break even once we hit session lows, weekly highs, session highs, weekly highs, and this 5-minute, if it can't get through, I'm killing the trade. It needs to honestly do some work here. GJ absolutely dying here. What is GU? Pound? Was there any pound news that came out? Holy smokes!
Not to my knowledge.
Because pound overall just died against everything.
Let's see here. There was European news at 11, but like,
yeah, that's 46 minutes ago.
And there's pound news coming at 12:30, but nothing high impact.
Okay. Let's see here, Chad. 2 minutes 28.
Hey Jev, where GU is right now, It's gone into a little demand zone it formed just recently. Would you consider a long from there?
No, I wouldn't, because we got into below the weekly open. So I would want to see it push down a bit more and then look for longs, because technically we swept the Asian high. So I want to now take out the Asian low and then go back towards the high of the day. But yeah, I wouldn't. Yeah, it's really risky.
Yeah.
And also looking at the internal structure, if you look at it from a perspective of the 3 minute, the 3 minute lows are weak. So we could potentially see price flush, even potentially sweep the Asian lows. You could even just see that happen. But if we could maybe see something like maybe price break above 1.26950. If we can take out that last little swing high on the 50-minute and then break of structure and leave a demand zone at the weekly open, I'll consider maybe a long then from there.
Okay.
Chad, 1 minute left. If we can't close above here, wherever this candle closes, I'm killing the trade. I'm just letting you know. I would expect price to push up. If we can't close above here, I'm killing it. So I'm just letting you know we need to close above that area right there. As mentioned, I want to see structure breaks happen. I want to start seeing the bulls take control of price. Otherwise, this is just a cuck trade, and I'm killing it. So again, here's some into how to manage the trade. You want to see there was the first sign that the bulls are coming into play. And now, obviously, for the bulls now to fully take control, I would want to see this break higher. I do not want it to struggle here. So 8 seconds, wherever this closes, if it doesn't close above there, I'm killing it. All right. Okay. It seems like it wants to keep us in the trade a little bit longer.
It's like the market makers heard you specifically.
Yes. Okay, Chad. So we're still in it. I'm taking you through step by step. So there's that little break of structure. Let's see if she can do some work now for us. Still, risk management scenario, a candle closure like this, and we out a bearish candle closure. But now what I would want to see is us taking out these session highs, at least test them. Again, for those that have traded with me, only two things can happen at a session high or a session low. There's going to be an influx of volume, and we are going to technically break through this. You're going to see a lot of volume enter the market there. Or what you're going to see is we are going to go above that level, and then after that we are going to reject it, and that is how your M formations and your W formations gets formed, because all it's doing is it's faking out your breakout traders that's only trying to catch the trade at this level. We're obviously in a little bit lower, but they fake out your buyers here and they reverse it. Or what they also do is the guys that try and sell it, they capitulate them and they blast right through that level. So that is why I always say session highs, daily highs, weekly highs, whatever it is, only two things can happen. And when I talk about the M formation and the W formation, it's those formations you might have seen on Beat the Market Maker or Market Maker structure, whatever it is, but it's purely just a new high being formed and some type of pullback occurring. So, but let's see, Chad, we're still in this trade. It is moving at snail's pace, but let's see. We'll get back to the bootcamp soon. Let's just finish managing this trade.
What I do like about the way you manage a trade, Chris, is you rarely ever take a full stop loss unnecessarily.
No. I have. I think last week it literally didn't even give me a chance. It was like entered, boom, boom, out. That thing didn't even buy me a glass of wine. It was like, listen here, no foreplay for you, brother. We're just gonna hurt you right here.
I'm letting you know you got this wrong from the jump.
I must say, yeah, ever since one of the biggest things Chris has taught me was protecting my equity. Same thing now, managing your trade basically instead of hitting that full stop. And another thing he told me was, imagine like now you in a trade, you're up, let's say your target is 100 pips. Now you're up 80 pips, now you pull back, now you're up 70 pips. Now you're waiting for price to potentially run up at 30 pips extra. What if price turns around? Now you lose out on 70 pips because you want to catch 10, 15, 50 more pips, you know. Yeah, so like also how you manage your position can have a huge effect on how your account balance throws. And I've noticed that last month. I had a great month last month, thanks to Chris.
Yeah, I've noticed like I didn't change my strategy heading into December. I kept it the same. I normally go for like a mechanical 1:3 R trades. And I find if I dropped that to 1:1.5, I would have been up like 4 or 5 more percent than I am right now. If I just like, cause I took a lot of break evens this month. And I was like, if I just made that concession for December, because there's not as much volume in the market, I would have been much better off.
Yeah, I think also taking partial profits also plays a really big role. So if you do hit a PE, you at least get out with something. And if you do pay like a swap, like a commission, at least that PE will also cover that basically. Because I also noticed...
Chad, sorry Jeff, I've killed the trade at break even. Feel free to stay in it. I killed it at entry. This is not what I want to see. I want to see price actually go higher, so feel free to stay in it. It is still trading above this level, however it is struggling to move. So here's the thing, if you go back on the trades that we've taken, our best winners, they move. The trades that win aren't the trades that mess around. Edgar, quickly pass me that aircon remote.
There you go.
Just want to lower this fan. It is a chill zone in here. All right, Chad, we're gonna jump back into the boot camp. Jeff, you'll let us know if you see anything. Edgar, you as well. But Chad, yeah, feel free to move your stops to break even or whatever. I closed personally. Not what I want to see. I want to see price move away from a level the way it's struggling here. Not interested. So feel free to hold onto it. If you are holding onto it, move your stops to break even here. Go for 1-to-1. It is the end of the year. Not expecting too much volume. All right. All right, Chatadonia, let's get back to what we were talking about. All right, everyone clear as to UJ is making moves. Let's quickly look at UJ. All right, UJ is making moves. Nothing I want to get involved in. GXY still there. GJ, gold. All right, gold rejecting that daily pivot. As mentioned, I don't want to buy somewhere down here. GU, Asia lows, USD ZAR, Euro. Okay. All right, Chad, back to it, and let's go back to it. So basically, just to recap what we spoke about, price is fractal. We don't only use these cheat sheets or whatever you want to call it for our entries on the 5-minute. We actually use it on the daily and the weekly. Again, just to recap as well, this is not specifically in terms of candle count. Thank you for pointing that out, Jeff. Maybe some people will try and exactly see one bearish candle closure. It is just to do with the structure more or less. So it's like if you can fit it in more or less to what you're seeing on the weekly and the daily, great. It is not specific to the day count, so just keep that in mind. Then after you have established your daily and your weekly time frame, we already spoke about Monday or Friday creating the high of the week or the low of the week. Again, in terms of price, think of price as an elastic band. If price has extended for 3, 4, 5, 6 days, at one stage you are going to be cautious for some profit taking, for some potential pullbacks to come and retest a previous breakout area. This is where the smart money guys obviously wait for that order block that's maybe sitting there. Maybe you've got a couple of order blocks. The ICT boys will say there's an imbalance, there's a fair value gap. All I know is that we're going to secondary market structure, and again, this secondary market structure you can trade. So how do I trade that? You will look for potential reversal buys. So if I get something like this on the lower time frames, I can still be overall bearish, but now all of a sudden I know we are potentially in the secondary market structure phase. You've got your primary, that's very easy to spot, that is in line with your higher time frames. It is basically in line with your weekly, it is in line with your daily, and it's also in line with your 4-hour. Your secondary market structure can also a lot of times line up with your daily and your 4-hourly, but that is obviously the counter trend move, the secondary market structure. A lot of traders fail to realize that it is secondary market structure, and I've seen it a lot of times. You'll see a lot of the mentors out there, these Instagram gurus, it was all fun and games when gold was trending very strongly on the daily, and you could have just closed your eyes and bought, and then when it started pulling back, you better believe those guys got clapped because they were still trying to hold on to the primary market structure. Obviously this son of a gun is pushing here, but nonetheless, Euro USD, let's go back to what we were talking about here. All right, so second thing is you've got your primary market structure, you've got your secondary market structure, the counter trend move. Then what I want to talk about, and we almost done, I don't want to hit you guys with too much, is in terms of when do I execute on my bias. If you go onto the Discord and you go under my trading plan, I have given it to you guys right there. I'm going to open it up now in Discord real quick. And we're going to do something every day, so don't stress, Chad. I know you guys are eager to get everything in on one day, but take what I've given you today and okay. Trading plan. Buy scenario, sell scenario. Let's quickly talk about that. So let me just move this across out of the way. Let's make this green. Buy scenario. And then firstly, daily time frame. Daily time frame, where do you want to buy? Below the daily open level. Weekly time frame, where do you want to be buying? You want to be buying below the weekly open level. Daily time frame in terms of day trades, where do we want to be buying? below Asia lows or as close to Asia lows as possible. Looking at this, what does all of this have in common to what we spoke about earlier about the accumulation, manipulation, distribution? Think about what we talked about, the anatomy of a candle. It also ties in with when we talk about a daily candle or a weekly candle having no top wick. Because if a daily, let's take a weekly candle opens up and it pushes straight down, and I am bullish on the week, it is very probable to me that at one stage, even if it just nips above, it is going to come and create a top wick. Because for the most part, all daily, weekly candles have a top and a bottom wick. So if a weekly candle or a daily candle opens up with no top wick and I am bullish, my best time is to buy below that daily open, because once it flips bullish, this bottom wick that it formed, that is all of the liquidity it needed to drive price back up. Same with my Asia lows, Asia highs. Asia lows needs to get taken for buys, because that is where you get the liquidity from. So Asia lows, let's do this quickly. Asia lows is where the breakout or the false breakout or fake out occurs. This is where your breakout traders get trapped, and we that actually know what's happening is we know that this is the fake out, because a lot of times the accumulation distribution would diverge. You would see bullish price action on the 80, and we know, for instance, that we do not want to be selling here. This is not a sell continuation for us. We want to be buying, especially if Asia highs are untapped or untested. For the most part, you will always see price trading either above the Asia highs to then come and take Asia lows, or vice versa. Asia lows get taken to then go and take Asia highs. It is not 100% every day. There are days where it will just break below Asia lows and continue lower. We'll talk about that now. But I first just want to talk about the daily scenario. So these are the ideal setups for a buy. You can see them in here. Trade setups right there for buys. You want to ideally buy from the Asia low. Make sense, Chad? Let me just see what the chat is saying here. I closed it early, 100%. I closed it early. I didn't like how it's moving. So, like I mentioned, it's break even for me. It's not a win. It's not a loss. It's a break even. So, not how I want to see price moving. So, Chad, any questions on this that we just spoke about for the buy scenarios? It doesn't have to, I see your Octane asking, it doesn't have to break a previous session lows. Remember, the majority of how I trade is based off Asia lows, Asia highs. Secondly, not just that, daily pivot. That is what the best setups have in common. Daily pivot below the Asia lows. My AD is bullish. This is where I want to be buying. These are the best setups. You can ask Nila. Nila, that has been maybe one of the only people that I've closely mentored these last couple of months, or the better part of this year, and maybe the only one that I will ever mentor closely. But anyways, he will tell you as well, these are our golden setups where the AD is pushing bullish above the 200 and your pivot is below Asia lows and you grab it on that fake out. You almost grab the session low. I'm so excited to see how you map out your Asian highs and lows. It's just an indicator, my brother. Chad, any questions on this? My mouth is already dry.
I might be wrong, but for those of you who want to watch this back, if you copy the current URL, it should bring you back to this video even after it's been put on private, as long as you have the current URL.
Chad, Asia highs and lows, if you want to manually plot them out, my time frame I'm using is UTC plus 2, or if I'm not mistaken, that's GMT plus 2. But where the theory comes from is that 7 p.m. New York time till 12 o'clock New York, that is when the real Asia range is formed. So UTC plus 2, that is from 2 o'clock in the morning to 7 o'clock in the morning. So always remember it refers back to New York. So New York time, if you ever wonder, it is New York time. The Asia range, it is from 7 p.m. to 12 p.m. And then what I do is I take the body closures, not the wicks, the bodies, and I mark that out. Or if you are lazy, you can grab this indicator right here, Asia range and kill zones by NSR group. This one right here. Asian range and kill zones by NSR group. Took the EJ trade holding till TP. Beautiful, my brother. Chad, I think that is it for the education today. There was quite a bit shared. Go through all of these setups. Go back on your daily and weekly. See how you could have established your bias. Look at this thing running, beautiful. I hope some of you took it. Hope some of you held it. This would have been my break-even point here. Actually, a good little case study here to show you guys. Here's the session highs, the weekly highs. So one of two things. Either going to see this thing really start motoring now to the upside, very strong moves up, or this is going to be the session high and you're going to see a pullback occur. I wouldn't try and short it though, but this is the weekly high, this is the session high. Very likely you guys will see TP on this trade. So
hey, Keegan in the chat. What up, Keegs?
where's oh my goodness, Chatadonia, Keegan in the house. That man is also sipping margaritas in the bushveld, scratching his ear.
Maz Binas.
Can we re-enter? No, Vince, you can't re-enter. Why would you we just said this is where price will fake out your late buyers or your breakout traders. So no, you can't re-enter. What broker is good for trading view? I use Owanda, brother. I use Owanda. Just fed a hippo and I'm sitting having a drink. Sir, how to mark? Okay, we spoke about that. Chatadonia, any other questions? I'm actually going to call it a session very shortly. DXY still here at Asia lows. US30 pushing. Let's check UJ. Alright, UJ looking to hurt some feelings today. GJ. Interesting. GU. Euro, let's see. Alright, chat, there you can see it. That's why session highs is so important. Session highs and lows. Alright, Chad. Whoa. That's the session. Any closing remarks, my brother?
In closing, Lifestyle, I'm glad you enjoyed that trade. See, we do trade when opportunity presents itself. We're just not trigger happy. So I hope everyone enjoyed that trade if you guys took it. Hope it reaches TP. On my side, still far away from my zones. I'm probably gonna call it a day myself. It's like I said, it's late in the year. Don't wanna ruin a good quarter by FOMOing into trades now. But it's been an awesome pleasure being with you guys. Check you tomorrow morning.
Over to Jeff. Jeff, your screen is live, brother. Oh, just take it off Pornhub. I'm kidding.
Now from my side, guys.
Sorry, guys. Jeff's Pornhub is charts. This man loves a chart. That's why I still told him I'm banning him from synthetics just for him to take a break, because this man is on the charts 24. I'm not even kidding. This man is on the charts Saturday, Sunday. So, Jeff, promise me when we close this week that you're going to at least take a full week off the chart.
I'll promise at least take only one day.
No. Charts off. I want to, you must give me your logins. I want to change the password on your trading view. I want this man to come fresh early next year. But anyway, Jeff, your screen is live. Is there anything specifically you waiting for in this session? Myself and Jeff is also going to stream NYSE this afternoon. So, but anything for this session that you are looking at, Jeff?
Okay, so from my side, Swiss franc yen, as you can see over here, this little zone over here, we didn't have that clean break we expected. So we'll see what happens moving out of the session into New York session. But from now, I'm not going to take anything, not going to force anything as well. The market's very slow. It is a Monday as well. I might not get anything. So from my side, guys, don't force anything. We understand that it's festive season, want to do things, but don't force anything. Don't make things harder than it should be. And just tap in for New York session. We'll most likely find the setup then. I'll phone the market maker and yeah, send you guys some signals.
Sweet, Chad. What song do you guys want for the closeout? I think there's only one song, Chad, and you guys already know what it is. I'm not even gonna play around. It is December, and Chad, what's happening? It is December, baby. Oh my goodness. Chadadonia, we gave you guys a win. I'm break even. Some of you caught a trade, but Chadadonia, baby, it is December. Come on, baby, let's survive. We're gonna see you 4 o'clock. Peace and love, and thank you all for joining. Chad. I need the chat to come strong. We want to get to 5K potentially before the end of the year. If you haven't yet subscribed, please drop a subscribe. Also, drop a like. Help us confaculate the algorithm to get more viewers on. So, really appreciate it, Chad. And with that, it is mute, baby. Just one more for Keegan and Jev and Ed. Let's go, baby. Woo, woo. Chad, come on, let's pump up those likes. 200. We need the chat to come through here this morning. Oh, Chad, let's get up those likes.
Yeah, boy. Last couple streams for the year, that's enough for the bag.
Let's go, baby. Lightweights, baby. Nothing but a peanut.
Lightweight, baby!